Leo Sterling was born into a world made of polished marble and shimmering gold. His father, a man whose name was whispered in boardrooms across the globe, had filled their lives, and their many homes, with every luxury imaginable. Young Leo grew up knowing only abundance. The picture of the hourglass, bursting with treasures, might as well have been a portrait of his childhood bedroom. He had a sports car for every day of the week, each one a different vibrant color. His private jet was always ready, waiting to whisk him to any corner of the world he desired, often just for a whim. A designer suit in Paris, a rare coffee bean in Colombia. The family owned not just one mansion, but a sprawling estate of them, each grander than the last, complete with swimming pools, tennis courts, and endless gardens. Gold bars weren't just investments. They were decorative pieces in his father's study. Leo never had to ask for anything. If he wanted a new luxury watch, it appeared. If he needed the latest smartphone or gadget, it was simply delivered. He never saw a bill, never felt a moment of want. To him, the world was an endless supply of things, all there for his taking. This life made Leo arrogant. He walked with a swagger, his chin always slightly lifted, as if looking down at the rest of humanity. He truly believed that everything, the best seats, the fastest cars, the most beautiful things, was meant for him. He was born into it, so it was his right. He saw the hourglass of his life not as a warning, but as a vault. The top chamber was his overflowing treasure chest, and he expected it to stay full forever. The thought of the sand running out, of leaving everything behind, never crossed his mind. Why would it? He had everything. Death was for other people, common people, poor people, not for a Sterling. And poor people? Leo saw them as nothing more than rubbish. He'd often sneer when he saw someone struggling on the streets. Why don't they just work harder? He'd scoff, entirely blind to the privilege that had paved every inch of his own path. He truly felt superior to them, believing their poverty was a direct result of their own laziness or inferiority, never acknowledging that luck, birth, and opportunity played a role. He would tell his friends, "They're just not made of the same stuff as us." One day, his father, old and tired, sat Leo down. "Son," he began, his voice raspy, "all of this, all these things, they're just things. They don't last. What truly matters is—" Leo cut him off with a dismissive wave. "Yes, yes, father. I know. What matters is the next deal, the next billion. Don't worry, I've got it covered." He patted his father's hand without truly listening, already thinking about the new private island he wanted to buy. He looked at his father's old, worn hands, then at his own perfectly manicured ones. His father seemed burdened by his wealth, but Leo felt empowered by it. He thought his father was weak for even considering what might be left behind. Years passed, and Leo continued to live in his golden cage. The money continued to fall through the narrow neck of the hourglass, not because he was losing it, but because the sheer cost of his opulent lifestyle was immense. Taxes, staff, maintenance on his many properties, the constant upgrades to his cars and jets. It was a never-ending drain, like a river flowing out of a vast lake. But the real treasures, the mansion, the gold, the jet, they stayed in the top chamber, symbols of what he owned, but fixed and unmoving. He couldn't take them with him, though he never really thought about where he might be going. Then came the day. It was sudden, as it often is. A sharp pain, a hurried trip, and then darkness. Leo's life, full of cars, gold, and arrogance, came to an abrupt end. The bottom chamber of his hourglass, which he had always ignored, was now his reality. The falling money had settled, a meaningless scatter of paper and dust. And there, amongst the stirred earth, stood a simple, cold tombstone. All the mansions, the jets, the watches, the gold, they remained in the upper chamber, exactly where he had left them. His family would inherit them, fight over them, and perhaps even lose them. But Leo, the arrogant boy who felt superior to all, was gone. All his vast possessions had done nothing to stop the sand from running out. He had filled his life with things, but never prepared for the inevitable emptiness of the grave, the place where rich and poor finally meet as equals.